know what? I may never play another first-person shooter again. Okay, that's a lie, obviously, but I feel safe in saying that I've got a new favorite. Overwatch, the latest game from developer Blizzard, and their first really new title in kind of an unbelievably long time, had an open beta this last weekend, and I think I have finally found an FPS that was developed with people like me in mind. People who want to feel like a hero without putting in the work to actually be any good. That's not to say the game won't be challenging if, you're one of those crazy people that's really good at this sort of stuff, but it won't suck utterly if you're not. Now, I'll admit to being a Blizzard fanboy. I've never played a Blizzard game that I didn't love, and that record spans all the way back to like Warcraft 2 and the original Diablo. I feel like I understand Blizzard pretty well. See, Blizzard doesn't start anything really. What they do instead is take all of the good ideas from a genre, add a few details of their own, and release something amazing that's built on years of simply watching what works in other games. Overwatch is that. You'll see elements from a dozen other FPS games, especially from team-based shooters like Team Fortress 2, and co-op shooters like Borderlands. Depending on your genre preferences, you may also notice some ties to RPGs and tower defense. But all of those similarities are blended flawlessly into undeniably fabulous gameplay while still managing to feel unique. On top of that is a cast of characters that are genuinely interesting, assuming you care about stuff like that, and amazingly, they're all different. And I'm not just talking about appearance and backstory, because at least in appearance, Battleborn, with a playable mushroom and a penguin in a mech suit, has got them beat. But they all play differently, and that genuinely surprised me. I'm so used to all defense-oriented characters and all offense-oriented characters always having certain things in common with each other. But Overwatch somehow manages to break away from that and give me a unique experience with every character. And a unique piece of headgear with every character. I'm really glad to see that was so high on Blizzard's priority list. There's also the art style that nicely straddles that line between being cartoony and realistic, and a very satisfying sense of progression as you play the game. Leveling is easy when you start, and becomes increasingly rewarding as you go. In addition to that is the basic bot match, which is a nice change for someone who's used to either all bots or all humans. Overwatch will give you a human team, and pit you against a team of bots. And for a wuss like me who just always wants to win, that's really nice. Then there's the music, which is cinematic in scope and lends a decidedly cinematic air to the game. The maps, which are colorful, interesting, and depending on which character you're using, provide an abundance of ways to move around. And the fact that the game records your best moment from every match so that you can relive it later like the closet narcissist you know you are inside. But above everything else, each character is easy to pick up and use. Sure, you won't be an expert the first time you play someone like Tracer, and the first time you try to do the whole blink in, plant bomb, teleport out thing they showed in every gameplay trailer, you'll probably inadvertently blow yourself up. But you'll also be zipping around the map like a pro within seconds of getting out of the gate, dodging attacks and generally feeling awesome. Character classes I've always hated playing, like builders and healers, are classes I love because of characters like Lucio and Symmetra. The game is so friendly and inviting that casual players will have just as much fun as hardcore FPS players. And that's the thing. It's everything great about a team-based shooter with all of the alienating complications distilled down to the bare necessities. There are still so many complicated strategies available to the truly skilled, and I imagine that honing those strategies will be highly entertaining for all of you nutjobs that can somehow aim with McCree's stupid revolver. But for the rest of us, for people like me, we finally have an FPS where you can jump in, grab whatever character looks like fun that day, and then feel like a hero.
You know, the world could always use more heroes.
We'll have a full review of the game once it's finally released, with probably more gushing and a similar amount of cheese. Give us a subscribe and follow the links in the description to catch that when it comes, as well as loads of other astonishing gaming content. You can also click on one of these amazing moving picture boxes to see other first impressions videos, assuming the majesty of this brief film hasn't completely overwhelmed you.